What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, by hook or by crook, the Chicago Bulls picked up the win against the Toronto Raptors in our very first play-in tournament, making us the first 10-seeded team to win a play-in tournament game and advance into the second round of the play-in tournament, as well as, of course, beating the Toronto Raptors away from home. Comeback victory. Just a great moment today to be a Chicago Bulls fan, and we're going to talk a little bit about this game in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and the game that they played against the Toronto Raptors. Man, there were some moments in this game where the Bulls, it looked like the Bulls didn't have a shot. Let's be honest, they were down 19 points at one stage in this game, and to fight all the way back and have the magnificent second half that they had in this game, and to pick up a win away from home in the way that they did, it is a special night to be a Bulls fan. It's probably not the most special night of our entire careers or our entire seasons and stuff like that, but this season, probably one of the more exciting games and the more of an exciting and meaningful victory that we can have throughout the course of our season. We won this game 109 to 105, and again, I was going to come into this game full of rants. I'm not going to lie. In the first half, I was selecting and choosing every single thing I wanted to say about every single one of these players. I was going to come into this game and rinse Alex Caruso and Patrick Beverley for providing little to nothing on the offensive end. But again, that second half performance was just such a magnificent one from everybody on this team that I sit here now and I'm proud of the performance the Chicago Bulls had in general. Of course, there are still problems, and those problems are something we're going to have to deal with even if we make it into the playoffs. These are going to be big problems that we have, but not playing four quarters, a big problem. The Chicago Bulls going down big in these games, a big problem. And it's not something we're going to be able to respond to every single game. But we responded to it when it mattered, ladies and gentlemen. This was a do or die situation for the Bulls, and by God, we did it. And now we've advanced into that next round of the play-in tournament, and we will be versing the Miami Heat over in Miami to try and get into the NBA playoffs. And a lot of people have said a lot of things about the Bulls. Some people never wanted us to be in the play-in tournament. Some people wanted us to be in the play-in tournament. Some people want us to go into the NBA playoffs. It doesn't matter what side of the coin you are on, in my opinion. If you can't sit there and be excited about the Bulls coming back in the way that they did and celebrate a Bulls win in a very big game, I don't know what else to say, man. Like, that is a great game, and a Bulls fan should always be cheering for the Chicago Bulls in a big game like that. And again, to be the first team ever to be the 10th seed winning a game in the play-in tournament. Look, there is a game right after this. Maybe the 10th seed can win there as well. But whatever the case may be, we were the first team to do it. We should be very proud of ourselves, and at the end of the day, we've got a big chance to hopefully beat Miami as well and get into the NBA playoffs. And that's where the best teams want to be, whether it's by the play-in tournament or by getting there, I guess, in the top 4 or top 6 race. You still want to be there. You want to be one of those teams that prove that they were the best in the Eastern Conference. So let's hope that's the opportunity that the Bulls get to do. But man, we can't skip by this video and talk about the guy that absolutely carried us in the second half of that game and carried us for the majority of the game. And there's a big reason I'm rocking his jersey today, ladies and gentlemen. Zach LaVine came out and was balling every step of the way, and I absolutely loved his performance today. 39 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists with 1 steal, 12 from 22 from the field, 2 from 7 from the 3-point line. But Zach LaVine was attacking the paint. The Zach attack was back, and again, it was beautiful. Every single moment of it. The free throws that he took as well, beautiful. A big part of how we won this game compared to the Raptors. The Raptors missed, I think it was 16 free throws in total. That's a lot of free throws to miss in the game, and Zach LaVine and the Bulls in general were very calm, cool, collected from the free throw line. I think that's a key area of why we won this game, because I think Toronto had more free throws than us, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't have the stats all with me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Toronto had more free throws than the Bulls, or at least it was very, very close, I would assume. and we just made more of them, and that is very, very important for a Chicago Bulls team. Zach LaVine attacking the basket, getting the foul calls, putting their defense under pressure, and then our defense in the second half came up huge. And that's where I will give my respect to Alex Caruso and to Patrick Beverley and to Patrick freaking Williams. What a great game from him as well on the defensive end. I thought all these guys were magnificent on the defensive end, and we made Toronto look like a very poor half-court set team. And we turned them over like they do to many other teams. They are the team that usually turns teams over and runs out in transition to get their buckets. The Bulls did the Toronto Raptors game plan. They were the ones turning the ball over, and the Bulls were running out in transition in that second half and making great shots. And that's when I thought Caruso came alive. Obviously, Patrick Beverley made his only shot of the game in the fourth quarter, a three-point shot in transition. That is huge for Patrick Beverley. And of course, guys like DeMar Vooch also contributed as well. Our bench did fairly well. Not too much else to say, man. It's a great game and a great comeback from the Chicago Bulls. And I think the game was won and lost at the free throw line, I'll be honest. And look, can I just say this as well? I don't know what the referees were thinking in that last final stretch when they gave Pascal Siakam 3 free throws. He clearly was not in his shooting rhythm at all when the foul actually occurred, and I really thought they should have reviewed that. I thought if there was any chance Billy could challenge that, he should have. Again, if Pascal Siakam made those free throws, thankfully he didn't, and the Raptors in general just didn't make their free throws. If he made those free throws, we could be talking about a loss here. We could be talking about an overtime game here. We could be talking about anything except the Bulls winning. So I thought that was a terrible call in my opinion. But again, we've won the game. In hindsight, it doesn't necessarily matter for the Bulls. It would matter for Toronto. And to be honest, I'll give all the credit for Toronto in the world for their first half performance, but they couldn't live up to that in the second half, and the Bulls just responded. They didn't give up. A lot of people question the Bulls' mentality. Well, in this game, they didn't give up on the plays. They didn't give up in terms of the tenacity of the game. They kept on pushing, and when your leader in Zach LaVine, playing 40 minutes in this game, is just doing everything he can to get some offense going for this Bulls team and hoping our defense can recover on the other end. I mean, again, this was led by a player that has gotten a max contract for the Chicago Bulls, and that is easily a max contract level performance from him. He was absolutely outstanding today. Looking at other guys, again, Patrick Williams, he only had 10 points in this game, but he had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. In my opinion, without Patrick Williams, we don't win this game. I thought in the second half, he really had a massive responsibility on Pascal Siakam, who was fantastic for the Toronto Raptors most of the night. And outside of that dunk he got later on in the game, Patrick Williams was huge on the defensive end. He was everywhere defensively. And of course, he got his own dunks in the game. He made a huge three-point shot as well. 2 3-pointers on the night as well. Look, it's not the superstar level quality player we want to see Patrick Williams develop into. But again, for a two-way player, that is as good as it gets for him. Congratulations on a great night. DeMar DeRozan obviously chipped in with 23 points, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Vucevic had a 14 and 13 night. I really thought Vucevic would struggle in this game. And although he didn't get his 17 and 11 like we normally see, he wasn't too far away from it in this game. And he made some huge plays as well. He obviously made the final 2 free throws to ice the game for the Chicago Bulls. And we won the game. We did it. And look, I'm the first one to admit it. I didn't think the Bulls were going to win this game. I said it on countless amounts of videos. I thought from a percentage basis, Toronto would have had a 55% chance to win this game compared to the Bulls' 45%. That's what I thought the percentages were coming into this game, because Toronto has beaten us so many times in the regular season. And at the end of the day, they have massive mismatch problems, and we saw it today. The mismatches were huge. How many times did you see them enter the post, cut to the basket and stuff like that? You saw it in this game, and they were making a lot of their three-point shots as well, at least in the first half. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I thought the Bulls were going to win it from the very beginning. That's not what I do, and it's obviously not what I thought. But we won the game. I was very, very much supporting this team on its comeback. I was nervous. I was gritting my teeth. I was very, very scared at the fact that we could go home. But at the same time, there was also a level of acceptance as well in that. But we did it. We fought back and we won the game. And I guess it shows pressure is something that a lot of teams can deal with and a lot of teams can't deal with. And in my opinion, if you're missing free throws like that, that comes down to pressure. It's a pressure issue for Toronto. I don't think they handled the pressure well. And shout out to DeMar DeRozan's daughter for screaming on every single free throw that the Toronto Raptors shot. Again, if there was a Player of the Game award, it may go to her because, again, maybe that was the big difference in them making and missing their free throws. I honestly don't know. But a lot of pressure was on the line and Toronto just didn't handle it. And that's why the Bulls overtook them in the second half and walked away with a win. Look, again, condolences to the Toronto fans. Maybe in the next season will be your season. Still got a hell of a squad, I would say. And I think that next season they'll be much better than this season, I'll be honest. I'm not sure what decisions or moves they'll make, but they've got a strong team, man. They've got very, very big athletic players. I just think they need to improve their half-court offense, and I think they'll be golden next season, in my opinion. They'll be a team to watch out for, but it wasn't their year this year. It won't be the Bulls' year this year either, but at least we're going to have another chance to get in to the NBA playoffs and hopefully just qualify into the play and win that playing tournament in general. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below. I must improve. I'm still going to pick Patrick Beverley. Look, as much as I'm so happy and satisfied that he made a big three-point shot when it mattered the most, in my opinion, we had to carry Alex Caruso and Patrick Beverley for the majority of the game. I felt like everybody was contributing, from Kobe White to Patrick Williams to even Andre Drummond in the limited minutes that he got, Derrick Jones. I felt like everybody contributed, but our two starters that played the bulk of the minutes, half an hour each, I would say, for both of them. Patrick Beverley, I think, played 26 minutes in this game. Regardless, we were carrying them on offense in many ways, and they needed to come alive, and thankfully Alex Caruso came alive in the fourth quarter and had a huge game overall, and Patrick Beverley came in and made his one shot in the fourth quarter. I would still pick him because I think we need more consistency on the offensive end from a guy that is starting, and I'll ask this question to you now while I'm here. A lot of people have said that the course of the whole regular season that Kobe White shouldn't be starting for the Chicago Bulls. I'll ask you this question, and again, I don't mean to end things on a downer because we won the game and we should be celebrating that. Would have Kobe White done any worse in the starting point guard role today than Patrick Beverley did? That's the question I would ask to you. Do you really think if Kobe White was starting at point guard for the Chicago Bulls in this game against Toronto, would he do any worse? Because in my opinion, if the answer is no, he wouldn't do any worse, then I don't see why Kobe White shouldn't be starting for the Chicago Bulls on a more consistent basis. But I'm talking about this at the end of the season, so what does it really matter at this point? But that is the question I'll ask to you. My player of the game is, without a shadow of a doubt, Zach LaVine. Fair play to Zach LaVine. And look, hopefully Vucevic has a great game in the next time out. I can wear the Vucevic jersey. I don't have a DeMar one, I'm sorry. Maybe that can come in the off-season, I'm not too sure. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we picked up a great win here. And we should be proud of the team. We should be happy that we have one more game to look forward to as a Bulls team. And look, if we get to the playoffs, great. I know a lot of us are not expecting things in the playoffs. I understand that. But in my opinion, you want to be part of the action. You want to be excited to at least participate in the playoffs. And at the very least, you need to redeem yourselves for the bad games you had at home against Milwaukee if we can get into the NBA playoffs. Those games against Milwaukee at home last season were dreadful. It was blowout, unacceptable. Bulls fans had nothing to cheer about in that game. The least you could do is, if you get back into the playoffs, is, I guess, rectify those bad performances at home and produce great performances at home. Win or lose, at least give the fans something to cheer about. I think that has to be the goal for the Chicago Bulls. But we've got to get past Miami first. And I'll make a video about Miami later. But all together, let's just have a couple of hours to ourselves, celebrate this victory, and move over into a next very big and very important game. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.